show you how to create viral video effects using Final Cut Pro. These effects are trending heavily on Instagram right now, and they're even easier to create in Final Cut Pro. This video might be a bit longer than usual, and since I'm relatively new to making YouTube videos, please bear with me if I make any mistakes while explaining or demonstrating the editing process. But I promise this tutorial will teach you how to create these trending edits properly. So, this is VK, and let's begin. First, you need to create a new project in Final Cut Pro. Once you've done that, import the clip you want to edit into Final Cut Pro. I'm using specific project settings, which you're welcome to use as well. However, your video settings might differ depending on your requirements. Now, I'll drag this footage onto my timeline. Step 2. Gather your background images. You'll need footage and images to create this effect, specifically images that will serve as the background for your character. For this edit, I'm going to use approximately 200 to 300 images. You could download these manually, but that would be completely labor-intensive work. Let me show you the smart way to do this. Open your favorite browser that supports Chrome extensions. You need to download a specific extension that allows you to download all images from a web page at once. With this extension, whether there are 100 images or 500 images, you can download them all in one click. Search for wallpapers of your character in the browser. This will give you the highest quality images. If your video is horizontal like mine, search for PC wallpapers so you get images in horizontal format. If your video is vertical, search for mobile or iPhone wallpapers instead. Once all the images have loaded on the page, click on the extension, select all the images, and download them. The extension will download all the photos in a zip file. Extract the zip file you just downloaded and you'll find all your images inside. However, when you download all these images, you'll encounter one problem. Many very small, low-quality photos will also be downloaded. Here's how to delete them easily. View your images in list mode. Sort by size, so the largest files appear at the top and the smallest at the bottom. Find where the HG quality images end and the lower quality images begin. Select all the low-quality images from that point downward and delete them. Import all filtered photos into Final Cut Pro.
Next, duplicate your footage layer. Now, we need to remove the background from the subject. You can use the magnetic mask for this. I'm assuming you're familiar with how this works. Simply isolate your subject by removing the background around them. Once that's done, make some adjustments to properly fit the subject into the frame.
Then zoom out on your timeline so you can see everything clearly and drag and drop all the images onto the timeline. You'll notice the images are very long in duration. We need to shorten them, and while you could do this manually, there's a shortcut. Select all images, press Ctrl D or Command D on Mac, then press 1 on your keyboard. This will set the duration of every selected image to just one frame.
Now, you'll notice something. Not every image perfectly fills the project frame or screen. Here's an easy fix. Select all the images, and you'll find a very useful option in the inspector. Change the setting from Fit to Fill, and now every image will fill the screen properly. You might also notice that some images aren't perfectly centered, but don't worry about this at all. Since we're using each image for only one frame duration, these slight misalignments won't be noticeable in the final effect.
Now, select all the images and create a compound clip. Place this new compound clip into your main footage at the starting point where you want the effect to begin. For me, this is the perfect place to start my edit. If you're thinking the compound clip is too short and wondering if you need to add more images, don't worry, there's an easy solution. Select the clip, press Command R, and you can change its duration using the speed controls. Now, you need to add a mask to this compound clip, which you'll find in the Effects browser. Zoom in on your program monitor so you can create the mask properly. Create a mask as I'm showing. Go into the settings and make it slightly smaller. Here, you'll need to play around with some settings for your particular effect. I'm simply adding one keyframe at the beginning of the compound clip and another at the end where it will gradually zoom out, meaning the mask will grow larger and reveal the effect. However, if you play it right now, it will look very strange. Now for the last and most important thing that will bring this to life, the music. I'll provide the song link in the description. As soon as you add this music to your video will suddenly go to the next level.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Now, this is the foundation of creating this amazing viral effect. You can take it further in multiple ways as your imagination allows. It's totally up to you how creative you can get with this. You can make the mask zoom in and out with different timing, slow down the background images, use speed ramping to create dynamic transitions, or experiment with different reveal patterns. For your support and to help me create more videos like this, please like the video. It gives me motivation to stay consistent and create more content. Thank you so much, guys. This is VK, and we'll meet in another video. Please comment what kind of video you want to see next.